Hello guys, Elven Warrior here and welcome to today's video. Today I have got another ultimate beginner's guide video for you featuring the Dwarfs. Okay, so we're going to cover just all the basics, just basic information, and hopefully you'll be able to, gain a lot of knowledge from this. But if you're an already existing player, hopefully there's some things on here that you might have missed or just overlooked whilst you've been playing, so hopefully everybody could take a bit of knowledge from it. Before we get into it, guys, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button. It'd be very much appreciated. You don't want to miss out on any of the content that I do release. So by hitting that button, you'll stay up to date, and you'll be helping the channel to grow in the meantime. Also, leave a like and a comment. It'll really help the channel out. You've no idea how much. Okay, so let's get on into it now then. So if we start down here, you've got the growth. So obviously for all settlements, you've got to get your growth, get population surplus, so you can upgrade your settlements just like that. And as you can see, it's dropped from 600 to 200 to get us back to 1 population surplus, and it'll take us 20 turns. Alright, so this tax province, so you can toggle this on and off, but if you toggle it off, you don't earn any money, and also you don't get the public order tax penalty there. But if obviously you need the money to be able to actually do stuff, so to recruit and to build things. Corruption. Favour corruption for the dwarfs is untainted, but obviously there's the chaos, vampiric and skaven corruption that is around, so got to be careful to keep an eye on it. Make sure you keep it as much untainted as possible, otherwise you'll start encountering issues in your own province, like public order and that. Alright, so province effects. So region control. So currently it's in neutral, so there's nothing that really happens. But when you go into positive and negative, we'll start with the positive first. You get like buffs to like your growth, recruitment costs and stuff like that, other things. But you get a negative of public order because they're trying to balance it out. They want you to try and stay at like around 0. But then when you go to the negative, you get like negative like growth, like again recruitment cost, and you'll get a positive public order boost, again working towards that negative, like keeping it balanced. So commandments, you've got 4 different commandments here. You've got construction cost -10 for all buildings, recruitment cost -20%, and extra local recruitment capacity, which is a good one to have. This one's good for the early game when you complete the province. Extra growth. The dwarfs grow really slowly, so it's definitely worthwhile doing. Extra tax rate +10% is great for when this is fully built province. And untainted +6 and public order +2. And that should be as well that applies to each settlement. So you'll get 6 untainted and possibly even public order per settlement. So I know that's how it works for the high elves regarding the untainted, so maybe that could be the same for these as well. So this button down here is the overview. So this is what you're seeing right here. So you can quickly get to just choose, quickly and easily be able to build something. So that's really good, really useful to have. Garrison details, it tells you about the garrisons of all these settlements in this province. For your own, you can check out what condition it's at. So we're at fully healed, and the wall strength there is at 100%, so it's not damaged and it's not easily attackable. The next button is the building browser. This is where you can choose your layout for your settlement a bit more in depth. So you can start to like plan ahead. It's like, oh, right, I need to build this, I need to build that. Yeah, definitely need to leave room for these, and I want either one of those or both. You know what I mean? You can just plan it out in advance. It's always useful. Okay, the next button, recruit lord. So this is where you can just recruit your basic lords and that, and also you see there's a slot for the legendary lord. So once you've met the requirements to access him, you can therefore then recruit him once that has been met. The next one, recruit hero. Once you've unlocked the capacity and the requirements to recruit them, you'll be able to select them and recruit your heroes from here. Okay, so up here we've got your treasury. This is your treasury, what's currently there, and this is what is expected to be added next turn. So nice little boost there. If you click on the icon there, it brings up this. You can see a little bit more detail, like what's happening, what's going out, what's coming in. If you want to go into much more detail, click the details. It'll go a hell of a lot more in depth. The trade button. If you've got trade partners, it shows up here, and it also will show what resources you're trading. Currently we have none, and we are currently importing none. So it's just basically the tariff we're dealing with at the minute. That's the only like income to it. Okay, so we've got Oathgold up here. So you gain this from missions, characters, winning battles, recycling items, buildings, grudges, and you can spend it on gifts and upgrades. Okay, so we'll go a bit more into like what we spend that on very soon. And this is the grudge severity bar. Again, I'll come back to this in a bit, but let's just carry on. So this button is for your objectives, and as you can see, this is for the victory conditions, and this is for the long campaign victory. So to achieve this, you've got to meet all these requirements before you're considered a victory for a long campaign. This button here shows you the conditions for a short campaign victory. So again, you can just see what is required to achieve the short campaign victory. There is also chapter objectives, which is there, but currently you don't start off with any chapter objectives just yet for Thorgrim. So if I encounter any of these in the next factions, I will show you them so you can just see. Okay, the next one's diplomacy. So this is where you get to interact with other factions, whether it's like getting friendly agreements, declaring war, trade agreements, all sorts of that. You can see whether they like you, whether you can trade or not. You can see who you're at war with, strength ranking, all sorts of that. Just pay attention to over here as well. Reliability, you want to try and keep it as best you can at very high. If you do end up going to very low with like breaking agreements and stuff like that and declaring war, just be warned, it is gonna cause a nightmare for you, because if you're at very low, you will not be able to do any form of diplomacy unless they approach you, and generally if they approach you, it's usually to declare war, so watch out. Alright, okay, so technology. So the dwarfs have got a really big technology tree, which is good. The top half is usually for your campaign stuff, like public order, diplomatic relations, boosting buildings and stuff. And then the bottom half is usually for like boosting your units, whether it's like recruitment cost reduction, extra recruit rank, and extra ammunition, stuff like that, and boosting stats. There's a lot of very good stuff in the dwarfs technology tree there. Okay, so that button there, the Book of Grudges. So each dwarf faction starts off with grudges. So you have a severity up here, which comes up to this bar. We'll cover that again soon, but this is where you get to find out what they are. And you have an objective, and then you have a reward as well. So you get this Master Rune of Flight and 50 Oathgold for completing that. And also you've got like all sorts of other ones, and if you flick over here, you get like different pages and stuff. So that's the Great Book of Grudges. Over here we've got the Forge. This is where you can spend your Oathgold, as well as when you've got like resources. You can get different like items, whether it's weapons, armor, talismans, enchanted items, character runes, banner runes, and this is where you're able to recycle them. So yeah, this is where you come for that in the Forge. Alright, okay, excellent. So over here you can see we've got a mini map. You can zoom in and out, and you can drag it and that and see. You can see this is currently the bits where we're able to view. So you can see like if you just hover over, you can see who owns what and stuff like that. So it's kind of handy to know sometimes. This button up here is the Grudges and Quests. So this is where grudges will be pinned if you so wish. And also when you get like quests for your special items for your lords, they will appear there as well. The next button is events. So this is where anything and everything just comes, just lets you know about like whether it's diplomacy, a certain movement, whether they've increased rank and stuff like that. That'll all appear there. The next button, Lords and Heroes. So as you can see, this is where all your active Lords and Heroes will appear. But also, if you do disband a Lord, they will appear there. They'll just be greyed out, and because they'll be available in your recruitment pool. If you do disband a hero, they will effectively be killed. So you will not be able to retrieve that hero again, and you will have to, if it's a particular trait that you've just disbanded, that you wanted, you're gonna have to wait for that to come around again. The next button is for provinces. So as you can see, the Silver Road, it's currently contested, so it has this symbol. If it was complete, it would have your faction symbol there, like these. So you can see that they're currently completed provinces, and these are all contested provinces. So these are all the known regions around you that you can see, and also your allies, well, people that you know over there as well. You're able to kind of see what's going on over there. The next one is known factions. So obviously it's just a shortened version of the diplomacy, just easier to see. Again, you can see their attitude towards you, whether you're at war with them or not, whether you're able to trade or not, and their strength ranking as well. You can see all of that. Okay, so this button here is the faction summary. So as you can see here, if we click on it, you've got the details. So capital at Karaz-a-Karak, how many provinces are owned, settlements owned, what your treasury and income is, and then your faction effects. So for Thorgrim, it's chance to receive additional random rewards for every grudge resolved, diplomatic relations plus 20 with dwarfs, upkeep minus 15% for longbeards and hammerers, recruit rank plus 3 for hammerers. All commandments have more powerful effects, so that's really good for him. And also it shows you what kind of climates that are good for him. The suitable climates are the top ones. The unpleasant are ones that are okay but minor penalties, and then uninhabitable have major penalties for occupying them. Over here you can see faction power. He has one army. You see the heroes, the capacity, and the current current availability. This is a bit of diplomacy, just a little bit of an overview, just shows you who you're allied, who you're at war with, and trade partners. So this button here is your records. So as you go through the campaign, you can look back at certain events and stuff, what's happened, and you get like a turn by. You'll be able to go turn by turn, see like who conquers what and stuff like that. It's really good if you're interested in that. Statistics, if you really want to know all the nitty gritty stuff, this literally tells you everything that's gone on in your campaign. So if you fancy, check that out. And finally, faction mechanics. So we'll get to this, the grudge. So pretty much all the dwarfs have this mechanic. So I'll just cover it now. So at stage 1, when it's satisfied, so basically you get plus 20 diplomatic relations with dwarfs, extra research rate 20%, public order plus 3, and on turn start, low chance that slayers will be added to the regiments of renown pool. And then as you go up, it slowly goes down, and then it's still a low chance of slayers to be added. You get to grumbling, there's nothing. It's basically, there's a moderate chance that slayers will be added to regiment renown pool, and as you go on, it gets worse and worse. It affects your research rate and diplomatic relations with dwarfs and public order, and then the rate that slayers will be added to the regiment's renown pool gets higher and higher. So yeah, as you can see. So that's pretty much it. We'll move on to the next faction now, and we'll talk about that. Okay, so on to Grombrindle. So he starts off at Karaz-a-Karak as well. Hopefully in game 3 he will be given his own position on the mega map, because he shouldn't be sharing really. So yeah, so I'll give you his faction summary first. Legendary warrior, so he has evasion chance when using the underway plus 60% all characters, weapon strength plus 20% when fighting against elves, can call upon the power of the ancestor gods. So we'll cover that just now. So that's this up here. So we'll be able to call upon a power of an ancestor god. So I'll tell you what, I'll just cycle it through for you, and we can see what. So we can go through it slightly, so I could just show it you. So let's just get it through this end turn. Yeah, just get that done. So Grudge removed there. Okay, so we should get access to the ancestor gods. Let's just have a look. Where are you? Okay, so it's like various things that happens. Let me just end the turn again. Let's see if it comes up. It should have really popped up then, because you get to choose one. There's like one of four, so one of them's like extra campaign movement range. I can't remember what the others are. Come on, you got to give it me now. Okay, here we go. Here we go. The Living Ancestor. So you get Grimnir's Strength, melee defense +10 for all infantry units, reload reduction time for missile, melee attack for melee infantry units. And then there's this one. This is quite good. Enemy Winds of Magic Power Reserve -15, extra casualty replenishment rate and public order, and extra untainted. The Teachings, extra research rate, upkeep reduction for all units, construction cost, Grombrindle's region, and recruitment cost, Grombrindle's army. And then this is just for him. All those stats are just for him. So generally that one's a really good one to go for. So that's pretty much it. That's his extra added little mechanic. So we'll move on to the next one. So here we are with Clan Angrund. So they start off in a good position with 4 ancestral heroes. They're immortal straight away, so you'll never lose them. So they're really good. So let's go over his faction summary. So Angrund Ancestry. So upkeep +50% until Karak 8 Peaks is recaptured. Leadership +10 when laying siege. Angrund Ancestors starts with 4 powerful ghostly ancestor heroes, and he has a unique building chain available at Karak 8 Peaks. So yeah, that's as well as the grudge mechanic, he also has his own kind of goal in a way. It's not necessarily a mechanic, I'd probably say it's more of a goal. Basically, it's to get back to his homeland in Karak 8 Peaks, which is over here. So once you recapture that, you get that that negative upkeep reduction removed, and you can just start playing as normal. So it's a bit of a hindrance until you get there. So but yeah, if you can make the most of it, then that's good. And let's move on to the next faction. Next up is Kadrin, led by Thorgrim Ironfist. So his faction summary is Oathbound. He has suitable climate frozen. He has a construction cost -75% for Slayer buildings, recruitment cost -50% for Slayer units, and extra 10% speed for infantry units. So apart from that, he doesn't have anything different compared to like the others. There's no unique mechanic, so that's literally it. Everything's the same as the previous ones. So we'll move on to the final faction now of the Dwarfs. So the final faction for the Dwarfs is Ironbrow's Expedition, led by Thorek Ironbrow himself. Okay, so his mechanic, we'll go over his faction summary first. Masters of the Ruins, suitable climate is jungle, Oathgold from buildings +100%, Oathgold cost for crafting runes -50%, hero recruit rank +5 for runesmiths, upkeep reduction -25% on runesmith heroes. So his mechanic, he gets something extra added to the forge called the Artifact Vault. So he gets an extra bit on here, and basically he can summon a unique ancestor hero once he's got this item, or sorry, he's got to go collect certain items, and you'll be, it should tell you where it is, doesn't it? No, I think it does it on the Vortex map. It tells you exactly where they are and stuff. But, oh, sorry, yeah, there you go. There's one. So this is where one item is. And there you go. There's another item. There's another. There's another. So when you see these things at the locations, this is like these certain ones of these. And once you get them, like the both, you can then reforge it. And then you're able to equip that or recruit it in the case of these. So it was quite powerful. So there's some really good stuff there. It's not too bad. So that's everything really for the dwarfs. Other than that, everything else mechanic wise is exactly the same. That's just the added little bonus, I suppose, that he's got. So I hope you've enjoyed the video, guys. I hope you all find it useful. Please let me know in the comments whether you give me some feedback about it, whether it's useful or not, and whether you liked it. And most importantly of all, guys, do not forget to hit that subscribe button if you've not done so already. So yeah, it'll be very much appreciated. So that's it for this one, guys, and I will see you all for the next video.